the boundary condition, basically means initial value and final value, boundary conditions. And the next term is coming from our neural network. So now the whole thing becomes like this is our differential equation or whatever equation. So if the solution must satisfy the equation itself. So the solution of the differential equation must satisfy it. So if you put the function that is mimicked by a and n, that should satisfy this equation. So what we do, we transform the original problem of solving differential equation into this optimization problem, minimization problem. Right? This is itself the differential equation where we have put the value of the solution of this differential equation that is produced by the a and n. And it is squared because our goal is to minimize it, and it approximate it to 0. Okay, so we are not taking care of negative values. We have to approximate it to 0. So now our goal becomes to minimize this equation. So now this optimization problem, this minimization problem can be solved by any gradient-based method or genetic algorithms as well. Okay, so you can employ another minimization technique for that. Here, what are the advantages of ANN, using ANN here? So the solution we got here is analytical solution, not kind of the numerical solution. Like there are some methods like Runge-Kutta method and predictor character method that give us numerical value of a differential equation. But here we will provide the analytical solution. We will give the actual function that is the solution of the differential equation, not the value at different points. Okay, and that function, that solution will be the output of our ANN. And also, like the technique can be generalized and it can be used for PD, partial differential equation, or the system of equation. And other benefit is if we are using artificial neural networks, then we can directly use neuroprocessors to process the information. That can be implemented in hardware. So for real-time situation, like for launching of a satellite or whatever, in such situations we have some differential equation that solution of this must be given in real time. Okay, so by using neuroprocessor that can be done easily. Okay, so now I will demonstrate for a particular differential equation how the things are going here. So we took this differential equation and we will try to approximate the solution of this differential equation using artificial neural network. Okay. So, and these are the initial values here. As I told you, there are different kind of differential equation, boundary value problem, initial value problem. So this is initial value problem, and we are given the value at the initial point at 0, and domain is 0 to 2. Other thing is here, like I shown you the architecture of the ANN, and there was something called this activation function. So sigmoid function is used as activation function because the benefit of using activation function as a sigmoid is that sigmoid is differentiable up to higher degrees. You can differentiate it up to a number of times and you will still get a closed form. It will be again differentiable. So that's why in our differential equation if it goes to higher orders, then still the sigmoid function can be used and it can be differentiable up to higher degree, and we will go that the solution is still in closed form. Okay, so we implemented the thing in MATLAB and we performed the experiment around 500 times. As I told you that now the problem becomes a minimization problem rather than solving a differential equation. So minimization problem, we use some algorithm to minimize that particular function that I showed to you. And again, that minimization algorithm will give us the value of weights. Value of weights that we use in our artificial neural network. And if we got the weights, then it's perfect, then we got the solution. Okay, so we will minimize that equation and we will get the weights, different weights that are used in our artificial neural network. And as I already told you, sigmoid function is used as activation function. So this is the blue line showing the error in actual and in actual solution and the solution produced by the ANN. So upper one is the actual solution, and color is not here. So upper one is that is shown in black color. So it is the solution produced by ANN, and lower one is the actual solution. So and this line is telling us the error. So here in our artificial neural network, we just use 10 computing units. So we are getting an error less than 0.1 at some points. But we can use more than 10, or we can grow the number of computing units in our artificial neural network, and we can even minimize the errors again. So, but it will take, as we know that as there will be a increase in number of computing units, there will be more weights means corresponding to that unit, and hence we will having lot more variables to minimize, and the problem will become complex. So for the demonstration purpose, we took that equation and we just took 10 units and we got this thing. So, and for, as I told you, we run the experiment for several times, and this is the second instance of our solution. That is still a solution. Here difference is also less than 0.1. And these are the corresponding weights and other variables that we got from the minimization algorithm. Okay, we can put these variables in the output of our ANN, and we will go to analytical function that is the solution of our differential equation. Okay. So here, what we observed is that artificial neural network can be efficiently used to solve partial differential equation as well, and I demonstrated it for ordinary differential equation, and it can be even generalized for system of differential equation as well. And the main benefit here is we got the results in form of analytical function, not like the values, numerical values at certain points. And yeah, that's pretty general. It can be applied on system on both OD and 3D. And that's all from my side. If you have questions, you can ask.
Thank you very much, sir. Now it's the time to encourage the spirit of next researcher, Mr. Ankit Kumar.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Ankit Kumar, Assistant Professor in IT Department, Dr. KMI, and I am presenting my paper and improve Hindi speech recognition using optimal number of questions. Let's start. Between the man and machine. An ASR system is nothing. It's just a process of converting the acoustic waveform into the test sequences as close as possible, which was represented by the acoustic data. Basically, it's a speech-to-text conversion, and it has a lots of applications. Like it can be used in the automobile industry, smartphone, dictation, translation, and medical transcription. Motivation behind this work: by use of speech technology, potential allows everyone to participate in the information revolution. For example, if a person can communicate with the machine with a speed that everyone can be the part of information revolution. And this can bridge the gap between the languages and simplifies the life in the multilingual society. For example, in India, we have 22 official languages and the 415 other languages. This is a multilingual society. So, in such society, the Hindi speech recognition works well. Benefit to the Indian pupils not knowing the English language. In India, 90% pupils are not aware with the English in one or another way. Maybe in reading or writing. So, in such scenario, Hindi speech recognition is a very useful and beneficial to the physical challenge people. For example, if we are making a device or a wheelchair which can be controlled by the speech by that person. Then, and the next one is the non-availability of ASR system in Hindi language with a high accuracy. This is the most important one. Like the European languages and the Asian languages, like Japanese, we have the well-matured ASR system, but most work not done in the Hindi language. So we are trying to develop the Hindi speech recognition in our Indian scenario. The classification of ASR system, basically we have a 4 ASR system. First one is the isolated word recognition. The ASR system, isolated word recognition, can recognize only the isolated word, and the connected word able to recognize the continuous speech, but there should be a pauses between the each and every word. And continuous speech recognition able to recognize the continuous speech, like as I am speaking. And the spontaneous speech recognition able to recognize the spontaneous speech, contain the words like means speaking when you are thinking. So in Hindi, continuous speech recognition is a state of art process, and we work on that. The system architecture of ASR basically divided into the 2 parts. First one is the front-end processing, and second one is the back-end processing. Basically, the speech is an analog signal. So first we have to convert it into the digital form so that we can process digitally. So this work is done in the pre-processing part. Analog to digital conversion, noise removal, apply the filter, low pass filter, high pass filter, and after that, when we get the useful speech signal, then we extract the useful information with the help of feature extraction process. And for the feature extraction, we use 2 techniques here: perceptual linear prediction and the male frequency substrate coefficient. These are the 2 methods to extract the feature from the speech signal. And at the back end, we have the acoustic model, language model, and recognizer. Acoustic model, as a being the main component of ASR, most of the computational load it takes, and the training is done here. The work is nothing, it's just try to link up the observed feature in the phonetic transcriptions, and this can be done with the help of HMM and GMM, hidden Markov model, and Gaussian mixture model. In the language model, provide the detail of the lexicon which we are using in our work, and it also provides the nth word with using the probability of n minus words. By using the preceding word, it gives the probability that what will be the probability of the next word. This is the work of language model. And the recognizer gives the recognized word, use the results of the acoustic and language model. Here we use the Whittle-by algorithm. Database preparation. We use the 100 different Hindi words from the story of Maharaja Surajmal, and all speech utterances were recorded on the 16 kHz sampling rate and with the help of unidirectional mic. Unidirectional mic is used to remove the noises, just because we want the speech signal which contains the relevant information about the message only, not the environmental information. So we use the unidirectional microphone, and recordings were done in the room environment, and each word is recorded for 10 times for the best results. So basically we have 100 words and each word is recorded 10 times. So we have 1000 words file and the labeling is also done here. Means we process the 2000 speech file. And for testing purpose, we recorded the 5 other occurrences of each word. These are some entries of the lexicon. We using the monophone acoustic modeling here, like Maharaja is a combination of forms like man, hai, are. This is the lexicon model. As I said earlier, acoustic model is the comparison of the test pattern and the reference pattern and give the actual output. And here, acoustic modeling can be done by 3 ways or 2 ways. By the word level modeling or the phone level modeling. By using the word level modeling, we have 3 problems. As we increase the size of the database, the performance will be decreasing. Just because for each word you have to train our system. And as the number of words increases, the training process increases. So, and recognition for the known words is also a problem. If we have 2 words, Raja and Rajao, these are the 2 similar words. So, problem will be there. Sometimes if I say Raja, then the Rajao will come as the output. So, this problem in the word-based acoustic modeling, and as the size increases, the computational load